Welcome, Estella. Thank you for coming over today. I never thought that you'd cook for me. I'm so happy. Thank you for inviting me too. I love to eat and I love to cook too. It was a pleasure to cook for you. Glad to hear that. I know that you've never seen such high-quality ingredients before, because you are poor. I beg your pardon? Have you seen my kitchen? Isn't it amazing? I have all the latest cooking utensils. Of course, it's not just the utensils, but the refrigerator is full of high-quality ingredients. I have confidence in my storage skills, so it looks really beautiful, doesn't it? I think it's great. It was indeed very tidy. After all, being poor doesn't give you much high-quality ingredients, so your kitchen tends to be messy, doesn't it? And since you're working for minimum wage, you probably don't have much time to cook anyway. I feel sorry for you. You're right. I'm too busy to use the kitchen every day. I know it's difficult to manage your time for cooking when you're struggling to make ends meet and need to work multiple jobs. I have a husband and we're a wealthy family, so I have no idea about how poor people live their life. I'm sorry. No worries. Anyway, why don't we eat the food before it gets cold? Scott and Kelly are probably hungry too. That's right. By the way, I just took a quick look at your dish. I wonder if you've measured the amount of salt you put in it. I'm a little worried. Measure the amount of salt? How much salt did you use? Also, what about the amount of sugar? It's important to measure those. Well, of course I didn't use a lot. I'm sorry, but I didn't measure all of them. What if you endanger the health of my husband and daughter by doing so? That's outrageous. Anyway, it was wrong of me to ask you about that. But when I asked you for a measuring spoon, you said you didn't want to let a stranger touch it, so I couldn't measure the ingredients. Oh, I see. Seems like you always make excuses. Your excuses make the food tasteless. For now, get rid of all these dishes. Do you understand? What do you mean by getting rid of them? I put a lot of hard work in making those. I can't eat those dishes since I don't know what's in it. Oh no, my family is starving. We have to start all over again. Give me a break. I did my best to balance the nutritional content of the food. I'm confident in my cooking skills because I've studied a lot. Don't make me laugh. Poor people like you can't think about nutritional balance, can they? You just put salt in your food without even thinking about the amount. Please don't say that. I did my best in cooking today's dishes. Anyway, just throw it away, okay? I think we'll have to eat out in a hurry today. I'll prepare the car, so just follow me from behind. Got that? Can I come too? You are our guest today. There's no way that me and my family will just abandon you. Anyway, let's have a proper conversation at the restaurant later. Okay. What do you think? Isn't this place amazing? I know you've never had the pleasure of eating at a high-class steak restaurant. You don't get to eat there very often, do you? Yes, but I know this restaurant. It's reputed to be delicious, right? Ah, yes. You just saw it on the internet or TV, didn't you? After all, it's a famous restaurant that celebrities go to. Actually, it's owned by a friend of mine. Thanks to my generous financial support that the restaurant was built. You should be grateful just to be able to enter such a high-class restaurant. I didn't know about that. That's amazing. You can't imagine what it's like for you. So let's get inside, shall we? Make sure you take care of your son properly, so he doesn't go wild inside, okay? My son won't go wild inside. He's not a 5-year-old little boy, so he'll be fine. Don't worry about that. I'm worried about his education because you were raised by a single parent. As for my daughter, Kelly, she was raised by my husband, who is the president of a well-known company, and me, who is a successful career woman. I wonder if you're educating your son properly. Oh, I see. How can you call yourself a successful career woman? If I were you, I would be so embarrassed to mention that. It's not that you're embarrassed. It's just because you don't have any chance to say things like that. A successful person like me doesn't hold back every time. I can say what I think without hesitation. When you are a successful person, you just have to be proud in everything you do. Anyway, why don't we just go inside the restaurant instead of waiting inside the car? You're right. Let's go then. By the way, Delaney, why am I the only person who eats potatoes? Huh? Because that's enough for poor people, right? Even potatoes are a fine cuisine. How much longer are you going to bully me? We're not junior high school students. So let's communicate properly as adults. I can't even have a proper conversation with you. You're a poor woman. Why are you preaching like a big shot? Are you trying to fight me back? You make me laugh. You poor people should be thankful that we rich people are making a living for you. I see. By the way, where are you now? I'm outside, smoking right now. What's wrong? I think you are not allowed to smoke here. That's against good manners. I'm an investor, so I can at least smoke. I have a feeling that's not allowed here. You're desperately looking for something to put you on top of me, even if it's just a little bit, aren't you? No, I have no intention to do that. What's wrong? You've been acting like a tough woman, haven't you? Let's have some fun, shall we? How could you say that? You're the one who's ruining the conversation. It's a happy day. Let's have a fine steak. Oh, and for you, a poor single parent, just fries will suffice. They're very tasty.
Give me a break, will you?
What are you talking about?
What do you think you're doing? I thought it was strange because Estella's dish was only fries. But it seems you ordered it that way. What are you thinking?
Why are you mad at me? We're just joking with each other. You don't need to order a fine steak for poor people.
I don't care how you think about it, but you are bullying Estella.
I'm sorry, but why are you so angry? We're in a better position than her anyway. Why should we care about her?
A better position? Are you insane?
Because we're richer than Estella. Rich people like us are supporting the lives of the poor. She should thank us for that.
I'm so stunned I can't even speak. You've done a terrible thing. That way of thinking itself is problematic. But if we're talking about positions, Estella is on top, no matter how you look at it.
What? Why?
You don't know about that. Estella is going to provide financial support to our company.
Really? I didn't know that. Besides, how can a poor person do such a thing? Stop kidding me.
You're the one who's kidding. I told you about that before, but you just didn't listen. It's inappropriate for you to bully Estella in the first place, regardless of your position. Do you have any common sense, Delaney?
Financial support? Are you serious?
Estella is a top-level executive officer in the restaurant industry, just like me. She's known as a very successful businesswoman and owns many popular restaurants.
That can't be true. I can't believe that.
Estella's pizza restaurant and my company were working on a joint project. That alone is an honor. But she's even funding it, so I can't help but be flattered. But you did such a terrible thing to her. You've ruined everything.
You should have told me more details about that. I've heard about it, but I didn't know it was her. Anyway, I'll order more.
I've ordered the steak for her. You don't have to come back. Just go home, okay?
What? Why? That's terrible.
Stop joking around. You have hurt Estella's feelings. For you to show up here won't solve anything. Don't provoke her any further. The future of my company is at stake. Just go home.
Okay, I got it. But how am I supposed to get home alone? I can't drive.
Take a bus, a cab, anything to get home. I can't believe that you can't do anything by yourself.
Understood.
Estella, I'm really sorry this time. I didn't know that Delaney did that behind my back. I can't apologize enough.
No, it's okay. I've already calmed down. I just want to think about things.
What do you mean by that?
About the marriage, work, and so on.
Oh no, wait a minute. I will take full responsibility for what Delaney did to you. So please consider about the joint project.
But my son is adamantly against it, because originally he was going to take the lead on this project. I'm only in the position of an investor. My son, Tom, is the one who is in charge of that pizza store as well. I would like to leave it in his hands.
I see. It can't be helped. My wife insulted his mother right in front of him. How can he possibly want to work with the husband of a woman like that? I think I would think that way too. I understand. I won't be selfish anymore.
I'm sorry. Thank you for understanding.
I'm really sorry about this.
What do you mean you're divorcing me? I will never accept it.
Just divorce me. And don't see me ever again. Listen, the case with Estella was the most important job of all. If that one gets mocked up, it's the end of my company. It's very important. You're trampling all my hard work underfoot.
What's that? You think your job is more important than me? That's quite a thing to say.
Work itself is not important. The employees and customers of my company are more important than anything else. You don't understand anything. I'm truly disgusted. I have no intention of living with someone like you.
What?
As a company's president, I have the responsibility to lead my employees. They've been with me for a long time. They're my best and brightest. If this project fails, they'll be out on the street. They have families to feed too. I have to pull out all the stops to make this a success.
So you're divorcing me? Divorcing me won't help you solve the problem.
You're wrong. The other party is having a hard time accepting the fact that I'm your husband. If I cut you off once and for all, maybe they'll reconsider.
That's the only reason you're dumping me? You'll definitely regret it later.
You've been acting as if you were the ruler of the world these past few years. I'm sick and tired of your arrogance. By the way, I heard that you threw away all the food Estella made today. Explain to me.
It's because she was a bad cook. I couldn't eat them because they tasted too bad.
Bad at cooking? She's a former professional chef. That can't be true.
Seriously?
She's not working as a chef anymore now because she's working on the management side. She's even published a book. To throw away the dishes made by someone like that is just unbelievable. Who on earth do you think you are?
I didn't know that. If only you've told me earlier.
Enough is enough. Who would want to live with such a childish woman like you? You must leave this house today. Do I make myself clear?
Wait, Scott!
Please,
listen to me, Estella. You have to execute the project with Scott as planned. What are you talking about out of the blue? You have a joint project with my husband, right? Please, go ahead with that as planned. I beg you. Otherwise, things will get messed up too. I'm considering that right now. That's what got me divorced. I'll apologize to you, but you need to make sure that you'll carry out the project. You're responsible for this, aren't you? That's absurd. But I didn't expect your husband would divorce you. Scott was so serious about that project. He's very dedicated to his work. What are you talking about? That's not what I meant. I was being divorced for a mere job like that. Don't you feel sorry for me? I don't think so. I think you deserve it. Besides, Scott is a good company's president who really cares about his fellow workers. To be honest, though, he can be clumsy when it comes to work. He really is adored by his employees. It's a talent that I envy. I know that because I'm his wife. But you didn't even know about the project he was working on for the company's fortune, did you? It's just that I kind of forgot about it. Just call Scott and get him to cancel his divorce from me, please. Hurry up. Isn't this supposed to be an apology call? I have no idea why you're being so bossy. Please stop talking as if you were my supervisor. It's because you're the one who doesn't understand. I already know what kind of person you are. Anyway, I would like to contact Scott and inform him of our intention to continue the project. What? Really? Yes, I'm sure. But on the condition that he will divorce you. Huh? With this, the anxious molecules will disappear, and he will be able to concentrate on his work. I'm sure Tom will agree. I think it's the best solution. Hold it right there. Why are you being so mean? If Scott divorces me, I'll really be all alone, you know. My daughter, Kelly, said that she'll leave me too. It's all your fault. What am I supposed to do from now on? I can't allow you to insult me so openly in front of my son. I worked so hard to raise Tom. As a single mother, I did it with pride while balancing work and family time. I will never forgive you for what you've said and done to me. You're getting on my nerves. I'm telling you, I have a lot of friends who are investors. I told you I financed that steak joint we went to for lunch, didn't I? I'm going to live a happy life from now on. How's that? Are you frustrated? Oh, I forgot to tell you. You have been banned from coming to that restaurant, so please keep that in mind. What are you talking about? What's reason for me to get banned? Because you didn't observe the no smoking policy on the premises and caused trouble for other customers. This is not the first time you've done this, so we decided to deal with you severely. Whatever your position is, you should behave yourself. There's no way I'll be banned from that restaurant because I'm the investor. I helped the owner to build that restaurant. I think you misunderstood something. I'm the owner of that steak restaurant. Huh? There's a rumor going around lately saying that you're an investor of the restaurant. I was surprised to know it was you who started to spread the rumor. How could you do that? It's not true. I don't remember receiving any financial support from you. That's right. There are other high-class restaurants owned by your acquaintances, aren't there? I'd like to know about them if you don't mind. Well, it's not my duty to tell you about that. By the way, you didn't say that out of vanity, did you? Just be honest with me. The restaurant that recently opened at the north exit of the train station. Oh, that one? That restaurant has a good reputation for prawn dishes. That's another restaurant I invested in. What else? No way! You're right. I did make the rumors sound pretentious. Everyone has to look good in front of others, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, you're right. I too am vain, both as a chef and as a businessman. Sometimes it's necessary, right? But I don't look down on people and make fun of them. I think that is the worst thing a person can do. Hey, wait! I just got word from Kelly that she's disowning me too. I don't want to lose my only daughter. I'm really going to be all alone. Please, you have to do something. I know. You don't have a job, lost a place to live, and it's going to be hard from now on. If you get hungry, please call me. I'll treat you to some fries. Those fries are very tasty. After that, Delaney was kicked out of the house by her husband. She was quite displeased with him. Her daughter, Kelly, also cut her off. They blocked her contact information after telling her not to contact them ever again. Then, Delaney spent some time in town looking for help from her friends. But she couldn't find anyone who could help her, as she was known for her arrogant personality. She has now returned to her hometown and is working as a live-in worker. She deserves that. I don't know if it's her last pride or her willpower, but I thought she did a good job that she decided not to contact me at all. Tom and Kelly had a successful wedding and are now living in an apartment together. The project between my company and Scott's company is still in progress. When I see Scott is working hard with a somewhat refreshed expression on his face, I have a feeling that the project is sure to be a success.